After many requests from our customers, we are happy to announce the release of our wishlist snippet. And this snippet works perfectly in the down theme, but of course we are here to help you in case you plan to use it on other themes, that are not from us or the down theme. Also, another interesting feature is that the wishlist opens in a drawer, contrary to other Shopify wishlist apps that you might see that open in a different page. So in this way, with a drawer, is much more convenient for your customers to check their wishlisted items without for them to go to a different page all the time. Also, an important feature is that you can add the products directly to the cart from the wishlist drawer. So that's another important feature. And if the product, of course, has multiple variants, you can also select them like this. And yes, the wishlist, you can add the products to the wishlist from the product cards, but also directly from the product page. Okay. Next, we are going to check the installation, and then we are going to check the various options and settings that we have here on the wishlist section. After you have downloaded the snippet file, double click to unzip it, and as you can see here, we have two files. One is the main section file that contains the drawer and the main settings for the snippet, and also we have a complementary snippet that is needed for the various changes that we have to do within our theme in order to call the icons on the header and on the menu drawer, but also you need it for the buttons for the product cards and the button that is shown on the product page to add the products to the wish list. Okay, first let's add the section, copy everything within the file. Then from the Shopify store, go to the theme you want to install it. All you have to do here is edit code and create a new section called KS Wishlist and paste the contents of the file. The same thing for the snippet file. Copy the contents of the file, and here we need to create a new snippet, not section, called KS Wishlist Snippet, and paste the contents of the file. Also here on the top of this file we have a few variables that you might need to change. For example, you can change here the color for the heart icons that are shown on the product cards. For example, if your products are dark, or if product photos are dark, you might need to change this to white or to the hex variant. Okay, also you might need to change this text if, for example, you are not using English. Okay, next we need to do a few code changes in our theme, but first let's open the readme file because everything is specified there. Everything that you need to do, including these two files that you have just added. Okay, so for the first change, we need to open the header file, and then here we need to find this line of code here. Okay, and above it we need to call our snippet file. As you can see here, we are calling the recently viewed snippet file, and that's another important snippet that you might want to check because it works in a similar way to the wishlist feature, and is this snippet right here, the recently viewed, and we have a different video for it in case you need to check it. It is on our YouTube channel. Okay, so here what we have to do is add this line of code here so that you can call our wishlist snippet. Okay, let's fix a bit the formatting. Okay, that should be fine. That is the first change. Then for the second change, we need to open the header drawer, but first let's see. So we added the wishlist icon that should appear on the header. So let's first check if it's working fine. So if you open our theme, we should see here the wishlist icon showing up correctly on the header. For example, if you want a different position for the wishlist and show, for example, before this icon here, all you have to do is call it before that icon. You can call it here, but also if you prefer to have, for example, before the user's account icon, you can call it above. Okay, so also this line of code here that says comment Honda Soft and comment here is a way for you to know that you have done code changes within your theme files. So this is optional, but it's good to have it so that you can know that we have added this line of code within this comment area. Okay, so now we added the icon on the header, and now we need to add the icon on the menu drawer. So for our mobile user should see the icon as well. Okay, so what we have to do is open the header drawer file here. Then we need to find this line of code. Okay. And here again we are calling our recently viewed snippet, and here we need to call our wishlist snippet. Okay, let's fix a bit the formatting as well, because it doesn't paste correctly from the PDF. Okay, and hit save. And now if we see our store in mobile view, we should see the wishlist icon showing up correctly on the menu drawer. Okay, let's check one more time. Okay, yes, wishlist snippet icon, drawer menu icon. This should be drawer menu item. Okay, and hit the save button. And now, as you can see, we have our wishlist button on the mobile drawer as well. Okay, for our third change, we need to open this cart product. So these two last changes that we need to do are needed. One is needed to show this button here on the product cart, and the last one is needed to show the button below the add to cart button on the product page. Okay, so first we need to open the cart product file, and here we need to find these lines of code here. Okay, should be right here. Okay, and here we need to paste our snippet calling here like this. Okay, now it should be fine. Let's check our product cards now and see if they're showing correctly the wish list icon. And as you can see, everything is working as expected, and I'm able to add the product to the wish list. Okay, and finally, the last change you need to do is show the add to wish list button here below the add to cart button. Again, we need to open here this snippet, the buy button. The buy buttons is a snippet that is used on the down theme to show the add to cart button or the dynamic buttons that you might have enabled. Okay, so we need to open that file, and in that file we need to find these lines of code. Okay, here, and then after we find that line of code, we need to call our snippet file, and we need to add just above that code. We need to add just above, like this. Okay, again, it is not correctly pasting the code from the PDF file. We have to manually adjust it. Okay, so here we need to call it like this. Here needs to be buy buttons. Okay, and now if we save this file, we should see here the add to wish list button showing up correctly. Also, you can position this snippet on a different position if you prefer. For example, if you need to have it a different part, for example, you can even have it on a different snippet within this product page here. For example, you can add it below the title or even below the shape button. You can do so. Okay, now everything is working as expected, but the final thing that we need to do, as you have probably seen from our latest video on the recently viewed feature, we need to add this the access token API key for the snippet to work correctly. So we have already added it, but normally for you it should be blank. And if you check the wish list drawer when that field is not completed, if you can test it here, okay. Sorry, we have added it on our recently viewed. We need to adjust the wish list. So if we have this access token key empty, normally that's how it should be for you when you first install it. Normally it will mention that you need to add the API key, and now it is missing or it is invalid if you have not added it correctly. So this access token is needed because in Shopify there is no way that you can get multiple products by ID directly from Shopify, so we need to use their storefront API, and in that way we can get all the product information and show correctly on our wish list. So what we have to do here is go to the apps and click on apps and sales channel, and here develop apps, and here we have already 3 apps, but let's create a new one because you need to have a specific one specifically for this snippet. That's the best way to use it, because other apps might have different permission and you need to make sure that you are using only the adequate permission. Okay, so what we need to do here is add the app name. For this case it can be just KS Wishlist, and here after the app is created we need to add the permission for it. We don't need to do anything, and you shouldn't do anything here on the admin side of things, because otherwise it will expose your admin data. We don't want to do that. We need to configure only the storefront API scopes here, and only these two ones are needed: the authenticated read product listing and the authenticated read product inventory. Okay, only these two permissions are needed. Okay, and hit the save button. Finally, we have to install our app so that it becomes available, and after the app becomes available, all we have to do here is copy the storefront API access token here and paste it on our section settings and hit the save button. Normally it should show correctly our wishlisted products. Okay, that should be all for the installation. And next we are going to check the various settings that we have for this wishlist section right here. Okay, let's check the settings now that we have for our wishlist snippet. First, we have the color scheme. If you prefer to have a different styling for the wishlist drawer, you might do so. For example, like this. Then you have this limit settings here, and that's the maximum products that are allowed on the wish list. That's how many products your customers can have on their wish list, 40 products. Okay, then you have the settings for the product here. Also, we did a small mistake when we added the code before. On this card product here, we don't need this quotes here, because otherwise it is not getting correctly this variable here, this card product, because that's a variable, not a string. Okay, it should be without quotes like this. And here now let's check our wish list again. So now here, if we add products to the wish list, we can see the settings that we can change for this wish list item. So we have first the image ratio. Normally it is square, but if your images are in different style, you may adjust these settings. Also, we have two options to show the rating here. If you don't want to show the ratings, disable the settings, and an option to either show or hide this whole add to cart area here. Also, we have the options to show the timestamp if you don't want to have times, and that's the time when the customer added that product to the wish list. It might be convenient for them, but if you don't want to show that time, simply disable this setting here. And then we have some more settings regarding the translation, and you might need to change this if your language is not English. And that should be all for the wishlist snippet. Thanks for watching.